Donald Trump has delivered his address to Congress in Washington, D.C., and out of it, there was one winner and plenty of losers. The winner, of course, is Donald J. Trump.
America is back.
President Trump was entertaining as always. He articulated his clear vision for the future and he nailed pretty much all his points on the economy, the border, Ukraine and Doge. And that's not just my opinion. This CBS poll shows that 76% of people approved his speech, and CNN's poll found that almost 70% of people felt positive about the address. Now, we'll get into all of the highlights later in the show, but as I mentioned, there were plenty of losers. And they were, of course, the Democrats, who couldn't have looked more depressed if they tried, and the mainstream media. So one of the most heartwarming and powerful moments from Donald Trump's speech was when a young Texan boy named DJ Daniel, who's been battling cancer, and it's been his dream his whole life to become a police officer, well, he was named a Secret Service agent.
Going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
So special. What an incredible moment for DJ Daniel and his family. Only someone as miserable and cruel as Rachel Maddow from MSNBC, who is so desperate to attack Donald Trump, well, she had to ruin it. What was her assessment of that special moment? Well, according to her, it was disgusting.
For the record, and this is disgusting, the president made a spectacle out of praising a young man who thus far survived pediatric cancer, as if the president had something to do with that. This was in the midst of him praising Doge. The Doge cuts, among other things, have cut off funding for ongoing research into pediatric cancer.
What a miserable woman. You know, you can be a hardcore left-wing journalist and criticise Donald Trump all you want. You can tear apart his policies that you have an issue with. You can take aim at the way he conducts himself. You know, go for it. But this moment was not about Donald Trump. It was about DJ Daniel, a 13-year-old. And Rachel Maddow is suffering from such severe TDS, she couldn't even let this young, brave boy have his moment without throwing shade at it, because it was Donald Trump who was making it special for him. Rachel Maddow, congratulations. You were probably the biggest loser of Trump's address. But as I mentioned, she wasn't the only one. There were plenty of others, and they were, of course, the depressing Democrats. And my God, they were miserable to look at. Let's just bring up the images of the Democrats sitting there with frowns on their faces. Look at these two. Rosa DeLauro, she's frowning so hard. Now we have Nancy Pelosi. How unhappy does she look? Who else do we have coming out next? There she is, Elizabeth Warren, sitting there on her phone. And then Hakeem Jeffries, he looks like he's having a terrible time too. But at least they could keep their mouths shut. Just minutes into Donald Trump's speech, Al Green couldn't help himself but shout repeatedly at the president when Trump reminded everyone about his landslide victory.
One-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning. Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber. Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, you continue.
Well done, Mike Johnson, for kicking Al Green out of the chamber. He was shouting there's no mandate, which is absolutely wild. The Democrats have nothing to attack Donald Trump on at the moment. Nothing at all, which is why they're going so hard on Elon Musk for cutting taxpayer waste. But the line that's being repeated from the Democrats time and time again is that Donald Trump doesn't have a mandate and he didn't really win the election by all that much. They refuse to accept reality that the red wave hit in November. Democrats and the left-wing media, just 4 months after the election, they are still in denial. The hosts of The View were given a reality check about this week, which we'll play for you later in the program. But Donald Trump used part of his address to roast the Democrats for being so miserable.
And I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad.
And he's right. During his address, the Democrats refused to stand or clap for DJ Daniel for fighting crime, for catching terrorists. They couldn't even bring themselves to clap when Donald Trump honoured Laken Riley. The only thing the Democrats did clap for was ending the war in Ukraine.